party up, meet me at the spot. Up all night, till the sunrise. Pop back cool, you ready for the ride? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Holy moly, guacamole in my pockets, what a blessing. Got it on me, I got options, real stepper. Check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good, feeling good, where my hopping John at? Put it on a plate with some lemonade. That's the way we did it in the old days. Back then,
So, hey everybody, my name is Earl Alex, aka Cav Ticket, prolific, but you should know me. If you don't, look at a past video. Today we are here at another SongLab live event, and we are here with an incredible artist, one that we actually got together with at a SongLab that we did in a total different state in Atlanta. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it over to the other side of the table so she can introduce herself. She's an awesome prolific artist herself. I didn't heard her music. It's like we was playing it before and people were commenting and talking about it because it's good. It's good. You know, a lot of these artists got good music, so check them out. Yeah. So let me allow her to introduce herself and her social media so you can. So I'm going to throw it to the other side of the table right now.
Hey, thank you, Earl. Beautiful introduction, as I could say. But I go by Just The Empress, born and raised in Canton, Ohio. Started my music career here in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. But yeah, you can find me on all platforms, Just The Empress, JustTheEmpress. I'll pop up, justtheempress.com, everywhere.
Thank you very much for just tapping in with us again. Yeah. Like, you were at the SongLab in Atlanta.
Yeah, for the first time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, first off, you started your career in Arizona.
Correct.
But then we were able to connect with you in Atlanta. Correct. So that, for one, shows growth. Mm-hmm. But for two, you tapped in with us. And as you were there, your energy and the vibe that you brought to Atlanta was great. So let me know, like, first off, how did you tap in with us? But secondly, like, when you were in the Atlanta event, what made you want to come back to this one? Did you enjoy the vibe? Like,
yeah,
give us a little bit of your experience.
So I saw SongLab through some mutual artists that I knew out here in Phoenix. I saw the flyer, and then I didn't think nothing of it. I was just sharing it for them, congratulate them, just because that's something I do. Shout out Dale G. That's my homie right there. Yep, that's when I first saw it. And I just told him congrats, like that's dope. And I asked him about it, and then next thing you know, Fleek commented on one of my posts on Facebook and was like, "Hey, I've been trying to connect with you. Can you check your messages?" Boom, check my messages. He's like, "Yeah, I've listened to your music," and he's like, "Are you interested in coming to SongLab?" And we got on the phone, and Atlanta was all set in stone. We talked about the marketing and everything and what we were gonna do, and I thought it was a dope idea. So I'm like, okay, I'll definitely be involved. I'll promote, bring out as many people as I can, and go from there. And then when I got there, it was amazing. I was like, okay, it's just like a place where you can network, just vibe, literally just let loose. Freestyle, you can share your music, you get your pictures taken, you get a video shot, you go record, and, whatever, get an interview. So there was just so much to do. There was people there, vending and sharing their products. So, I mean, I wanted the vibe to continue. Like, I will always connect, Nice. That's just how, I grew, is going to events like that. But this is something different. Like, I've never been to something like this. So that's why I was like, wow, this is cool. We had networking events, but this was really cool. So I'm coming back, It was just a coincidence that it was the same day I was flying back and I had time to come this time.
Nice. Thank you very much for tapping with us in a whole nother state. Like, literally bringing that energy again. And really, so traveling from Arizona to Atlanta, you've also been in other states doing shows. You do your thing, you move, but you do exactly what a lot of these artists want to do. First off, how was your road getting from I'm on my block artist to I'm legitimately finding fans outside of my normal surroundings? I'm going to them to give them my music. How has that journey been for you?
It's been really good. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, the growth has been real. The support has been real. I've seen the same people from the day one till now, and like, I feel like I've created something that has been able to stick for people, All I do is share love, positivity, but I also have fun, and I'm myself. People that knew who I am before Just The Empress, like, they know it followed, it carried through. So really just like letting loose, like, you know, not being afraid. You know, I quit my job after 2 years of just traveling, you know, just 2 years of being in Arizona doing it and realized this is what I want to do. Then I was like able to travel. My
Wow.
parents supported me, and, you know, everyone supported me doing that. So it's just like, just going with the energy. A lot of people don't realize, like, when things are going good for you, like, you have to follow it. You know, you can't stop. You got to keep the momentum, keep the consistency, and watch how it works out for you. So I just felt like I
100%.
tapped into that, and I was able to just keep going and not be scared and not make any excuses really for anything. Like,
Well, let me just say that's very inspiring
Mhm.
because I just recently left my job at Arizona.
Mhm.
I kind of resigned there, Arizona State University,
Nice.
doing web development.
Mm.
I left that to pursue not only entertainment but also my own business aspirations. So I know that can be scary, especially when you're going off of what you provide.
Correct.
You are the sole source of your being.
It's you, yeah.
And so with that, and a lot of artists, you know, they're in a point where they're trying to meet their livelihood with traditional means. And some of them feel like, hey, I want to make that jump, or I shouldn't. What advice would you give them? Say they're on the cusp of their passion versus their responsibilities.
So the first thing is I vet them out, because my purpose, I make it clear, my purpose in life is to help other people find their purpose, and then, you know, help them pursue it. You know, give them the resources, turn to the right person. You know, kind of support them however I can during the beginning stages or whatever. Because I had someone do that for me, and I found out that's what I want to do. So that being said, I always tell people, make sure it's exactly what you want to do. Like, don't just because you think this is something you can do, make sure you want to do it 100%. I mean, this is something you fall asleep thinking about. This is something you wake up thinking about. You think about it all day. You lose in train of thought. You can't focus talking to certain people because you're so focused on your dream and yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be that. It can't be just half-assed, because you're not going to put all your energy into
borderline obsession.
Yeah,
or
borderline obsession. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? Like, it's everything I need and more, you know, because I'm able to give a message to people, you know, and give love to people, because that's all people need. And they always tell me, like, you're so like this, whatever the compliment is. And I just take it and I just build off of it. It's like, it doesn't build like an ego per se. It just builds my strength to give out more, you know? So I'm just like taking every compliment I ever get. I'm like, y'all don't even know how much that's building me up to keep me, so I can keep pouring it out to everyone else. It's not too much. This is what my purpose is. Like, this is what I'm here for. My creator put me here for this. So it's never too much. But I want people to love what they want to do first, and then make a plan. It is God's plan, but you need to put the steps into place. Like, tell them what you want. You know, let them know exactly what you want. Whether you write it down, rap about it, sing about it, you know, you need to put that into place. And when I quit my job, I just said, I was like, I'm not going to let this happen no more times. Like, you know, I set boundaries, you know, just so that alone is part of the plan, setting boundaries. And once it's overstepped, like, you need to make the jump.
100%.
Because when are you going to be, you got to get tired of being tired. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And then that's when it'll happen. You know, it'll really happen for you.
I can agree with that, and I can relate. I was 3 years into my job there. And
you went early.
This is the first. Well, this is the first. This is the first job where I wasn't like star player, right? And COVID hit, and you know, I'm around nothing but academics, and you know, they got degrees, I have felonies. So there's just a little bit of divide there in the thought process. So I guess, you know, I understand, you know, the disheartening feeling of every day just droning on through something and then being pulled in a whole nother direction. Like, even at that time, my passions, my purpose, which is truly my purpose, was calling me hard. And I kind of had to answer that call myself. But I made that decision myself, and I planned for making that decision months ahead. You know. Exactly. So I 100% agree, and take it slowly. I would say, you know, make sure you have your life in order before you do. Don't jump even as fast as I did. Correct. You may want to go slower than me.
I jumped pretty fast too, but I had some things in play. You know, even though it didn't work out, I still had something in place for like a cushion. You know, I wasn't just no dollars, no cents. Like, you don't want to do it like that, because you're gonna just stress yourself out. You're not gonna be able to focus on the craft. And, you know, you do have to have something in place for you, like anything. You know. Yeah. And also another thing that I always remind myself: don't compare yourself to anybody.
100%. 100%. Please.
Don't compare yourself to
Please.
nobody.
Please just recognize your uniqueness
Mhm.
is your special superpower. You know what I mean? The things you good at is what you're good at. You
Yep.
shouldn't be worried about what others are good at because that's
Yep.
what they're good at.
Correct. It's okay. We
You can
all
simplify it
different.
that much,
Yeah.
but please just don't compare yourself.
Yep. That is something that took me from here to here. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, nice.
My first line in a rap. The first line I ever like rapped said, "Don't compare me to nobody."
Wow.
Sometimes you took me from here to here. I live by that.
I don't think they can compare you. I mean, you've been doing some things. I'm just saying.
Thanks.
Check out a catalog. I'm serious. And
Dang.
the first thing I seen of you was a music video.
Which one?
And it was really dope. It was no, the song that sticks in my head is that one that you performed actually in Atlanta. The Chosen One song is always what sticks in my head.
Or stuck
But
in your head, but the video for
it's a different
Endless?
song. It was might have been. It was on YouTube. It was black and white for a minute.
black and white.
For a minute, I think so. It kind of had more of a hip hopish vibe to me. I think it was like for a minute in there. It just.
I'm gonna figure
spitting.
it out here. Spitting.
You
Did
was
I have
spitting.
long hair?
Well, it was a bit longer, but I don't know.
Bandana.
Possibly, I think so.
Was it I Love Me Some Me?
I think so.
That's usually the one people
think
come
so.
across first,
I think
especially
so.
in Arizona.
Yeah.
It was black and white. That was the only black and white video I
think
had.
so.
Yep. I Love Me Some Me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I really like that
Yeah.
because it just spoke personally to me as well.
Mm.
Like I just liked the song like a lot. Like I was like, oh man, that's kind of dope. And then like the content of it, I was just like, oh, that's dope.
Thank
So
you.
I like the fact that you explore. It's like an introspective, but it's still like approachable for anybody who's looking for good music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the way that you do your music. So I can appreciate that a lot
Thank
because
you.
a lot of music that I hear is one note. But yet there's ways to. That's why Aura stays stuck in my head too.
It's a lot going on there. I like
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And with that, how has it been? You know, gaining and amassing a fan base. You know, some artists really don't know how it feels to have, you know, people that are just rooting for you that they've never met really.
Right.
So how has that been? And then also like guiding that, and then you know even them moving like finding new fans as you move around like to do your different shows. And how's that been? Like, have you been surprised by somebody saying hey, that you just in
Always.
a location? Yeah.
Always. I feel like I'm always surprised. Like people are like, you shouldn't be so surprised all the time. Recognize your talent. I'm like, I do, but it's still surprising, you know, when certain people, maybe you didn't think they were like, maybe they're just standing there looking, because I'm looking at everybody, maybe they weren't reacting, but the next thing you know, they come up and talk to you. But I don't know, it has been like, sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but it's so in a good way, in a very good way. But I deal with it because it's like people just like what I'm doing, and I'm like doing this. It's just me. This is just what I do. Like, and they like it, and they love it. They want more. They waiting for me to drop, waiting for me to sell something. Like, so that's what it's like to have like loyal fans. Like, I know I can plan on selling something and being able to be profitable and also give something out good. Like, I can plan on, you know, being able to see people come to my show and know the words to my song and like sing them back to me.
That's
I'll
awesome.
stop singing and they're going to sing back to me. Like, certain things I can plan to happen now because it's just like I've grown to that point, and it feels so good. Like, just going back and looking at my old videos sometimes and reposting old content, it feels really good. And I'm proud of me.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you. People tell you, be proud of
you
yourself.
too. Arizona's proud of you. We all proud of you. We want to see you go nationwide everywhere because honestly, everything you're doing, it's the thread not only of positivity but authenticity, genuineness. All of that is for one what I love about it, and is why I think you have longevity. Why I think it does strike a chord, and so many people can relate to. Even the song I heard earlier when it was banging, like so that's what I mean. It's a lot of different songs. But it all got that hit. So I'm sorry, I'm fanboying. Fanboying. That's what I'm doing right now. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's okay.
But thank you very much. No, honestly, can I get an understanding of like what then started you? Why are you still going so hard? Like, what really made you have even like just this passion for music enough to make you leave your job and still continue to do this? Like, what happened? I mean, you can give me the whole story. I'll take it. But what happened? Like, how does that come about? Because, you know, for me, that's the most interesting thing to me is how artists become artists from just feeling like, okay, we may have some sounds or something we want to give a message or anything, but what turns you into an artist?
Wow. That was a journey. Like, I started out 10 years old playing the saxophone.
Mhm.
And then grew up. I was like, oh, I want to be in the marching band, concert band, symphonic band, did solos, trios, duets, like everything I
So
could
you started
do.
out as a musician.
Yes, started out as a musician.
Wow.
That's me. I know how to compose music, transpose music. I can play different versions of saxophone.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was always first chair. You know what I mean? Like I was in the jazz band. Like I did it all. Like I was a band geek, and I loved it, and I love everything about it. I'm not afraid to talk about it. So like,
Nice.
you know, from there, like that was my voice. You know, and then as a student, I was like student council, class president, because I wanted, you know, I had a message, so I was like, I gotta get it out somehow. You know, stand up for my friends. They always tell me like, you know, you can be the person to be on student council, and you can tell them they'll listen to you, you know, stuff like that, you know. And I'd never thought of it.
Always been
like
influential.
That. Correct. And so thinking back on all that, it's like, okay. And even on campus, when I actually did start rapping for the first time, went to college. So that passed. I stopped playing saxophone, went to college, and my friends were rapping. And one day, honestly, I was hungover. Can't even like I was hungover, messed up, and they're listening to the "Oh Boy" beat by Joel Santana and Cameron.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
they're just listening to it over and over, and they're writing to it. And I'm just sitting there like, whatever. They're like, you should write too. You know, boys are pushy. And they're like, right. And I'm like, sure. So I was like, fine, I'll write. You know, 'cause they're pushy.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what happened that day, but that was the day. Like, that was the day. They were like spitting it. Then after like an hour going by, they spit it. He spit his. They're like, your turn. And I'm just like, oh, like so like not ready. And just laid it. And they were like, what? And then from there, they made me rap it everywhere. Rap this here, rap it here, rap here, like it.
100%.
So I'm like, okay, and I'll be ready to rap it every time. Acapella with the beat, like whatever. Then I start like writing other ones, and you know, just kind of getting the feel of just writing and actually speaking what I wrote, because I wrote a lot. I felt like. Then we got to that point. There's like women that, you know, asked me for the lyrics. Like it was just really empowering, seeing everybody really like gravitate me.
So did you fall in love with the songwriting process at that time?
I think
from being
so.
A musician?
Yeah.
Like
listening to beats and then putting hooks on and like making songs. And I was writing verses at first, just verses. Okay. I didn't start making hooks till I got here to Arizona. So then time passed. I stopped doing music because I wasn't around my friends.
This was after college.
Correct. After college, I stopped. Wasn't around my friends anymore. I moved. There was a lot going on in Ohio. I had to leave. Like dang, I got messed up. Gotta go.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, but I messed up there. Had to leave for a little bit, be with my family. Grew that way. So I didn't really talk to many people, but there was just something in the back of my head. Like, I want to write and make more songs. Like, for years, it just kept. So from 2014 to 2017, I'm like dying to do it. I get in a relationship. The relationship was like that. Like,
just rocky.
Ooh, yeah. Like, so I felt like I was starting to lose myself a little bit. Losing it a little bit. Taking things that was said to me and internalizing it. And I'm like, nah. I was looking at my notes one day and I'm like, I gotta get out of this funk. And I'm looking at the negative things I wrote about myself that I heard, and literally just turned it and kept saying every line, I love me some me. I love myself. I love me some me. I love me some me. And just literally start writing a song, right? I wrote it. I'm like, this could be a song. And then I was like, let me buy some beats. Like, I have a job. I was just like, let me buy some beats. I go online, BeatStars, whatever, found this guy, Kid Ocean, bought like a 7-pack or something. And I was like, I'm going to make a song to every beat that I buy from him. That's just what the goal was.
Wow.
Like, this is the goal I'm setting. The first 3 songs I ever made here in Arizona, 2017. First one was called I Survive. Second one was called I Do It. And the third one was called I Love Me Some Me. Like, so it had like a little I theme going. Yeah. So I was really trying to focus on, like, you know, embracing Just The Empress, being an empress, you know, not allowing the outside factors to determine my character and who I am.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from. Like, boom. So then I do this, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, I love that song. You're I Love Me Some Me Girl. You're this. I sold 200 shirts, sold CDs. Like, people are requesting me to perform. I performed the first time at an improv comedy club. I'm like throwing parties and just doing all this stuff with DJ Pest. Like, he literally just was like, you should do this. You know, he literally like put this little bug in my ear.
Wow.
He wanted to manage me. I'm like, what does that mean? But it really was artist development.
Yeah.
Graphics, videos, interviews, like podcasting. We were doing things with his platform, just highlighting me.
First off, let me just say shout out to DJ Pest.
Yes,
He's been out here
please,
for a very long
100%.
time, and he's been doing this thing pretty solid to me. You know, everything I heard about the man, he's solid. So shout out
Solid.
DJ Pest. I'm only here for DJ Pest.
Yeah, literally. I only came here to hear DJ Pest, but
Yeah.
like that guy literally like pushed me, and his label is called Team Hustler.
Yeah.
So like I started like really like embedded like being part of Team Hustler. Like we hustle and we make no excuses. He didn't make no excuses.
Yeah.
He didn't allow me to make no excuses. He wasn't like a pushy. He wasn't invasive. He let me do my own thing, but he would give me sound advice and he would make sure that my stuff looked right. So like having all of that, plus my parents, my grandparents, my brothers and sisters, my aunts, my uncles, having all of them. I asked them, hey, I was like, if I quit my job, will y'all help me?
Yeah.
They said, yeah. Anything you need help, we got you. So I had all that. It was my choice now. Like, do you want to do it?
You want to follow this
like,
dream?
Are you know, like you
Is
have
it
all
gonna
of
be
this
just
going.
a dream?
Yes,
Yeah.
just a dream. Like you did all this. You have this whole story. So what are you gonna do with it? And
Yeah.
I just took charge because prior to that, the Empress wasn't like just the Empress. She was the Empress Travels, the Empress Money. I was doing these MLM businesses, trading Forex, making money off, building teams. Like I was really making money that way too. But it just wasn't, it was too much hustle and bustle that was not really filling me. And then the personal development I did was telling me, go for what you love, you know? Money, go for what you love. Chose go for what I love. Like,
Pretty much.
didn't care.
And no regrets.
None. I have none. I wake up every day. I don't care how hard the night before was or the day before was or the whole month was. I have no regrets about anything that I've done, any choice I made, any person I've worked with, anything. Like,
Wow.
honestly, I don't.
That's awesome. And that's the fulfillment of being an artist that's true to themselves and understands the importance of the decisions they make and are not just trying to cheapen themselves to get somewhere. Sounds like that's what I'm connected.
It's real.
Like you're really doing this for your love of not only, the music, but like really you want the freedom of your life to be as you see it, as you envision.
Correct.
You're going for this vision.
Correct.
So that's awesome.
Correct.
That's awesome. So being that, you had a support system to help you come into, was it easy for you, like, and working with DJ Pest in the beginning, is it easy for you now to collaborate with artists and other people in the game? Like, because it sounds like from the beginning you've had to work with, you've already mastered like the relationship building, all of that part. Like, is it easy now for you as
like that's
grow your
literally
career?
what's helped me. I guess I learned networking and stuff from being in college and the sorority. I learned like, philanthropic, fundraising, networking, all that from them. And like I've noticed that's what got me just opening my mouth, asking for things, that, and making sure that I come the right way. I can offer this if you can offer this, or we can do this. I really feel like having that support just was it. Like a lot of artists don't get that support, and they see that I have it, and I'm like, look, you're gonna get it, because I had to work for my mom and them to. They were like, okay, we like your songs. But they always loved the music. Yeah. They always wanted to know if I was going to make more. But once they saw me really, like, doing, they were like, what the? Yeah. Like, you go work all day, and then you be out all night, and then you go right back to work. Yeah. And I'm a trainer. I had to teach people. I had to be alert for 8 hours at the time, teaching these people how to do their job. But I was, like, sacrificing that for that. I needed that.
How much of this... how much of the maintenance of your artistry causes you to then not or differentiate yourself from like regular people and having fun in this entertainment? Because a lot of people that say they'll drink, they'll smoke, they're more relaxed and stuff like that. Like you're saying that you had to work a job and then go do a show and then come back and work a job, which means in my mind you have to be disciplined, which means you may not be able to drink at this show. How was that for you, and have you seen that as a running thing that you're still dealing with? Like, you have to be disciplined in order to manage and maintain.
Correct. Sometimes I would get a little, because I was 25 right away. Like, I'm like, I would get drunk sometimes. Couldn't, like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? Now you're hurting at work. These people are noticing you're messed up. Like, you can't do that. Like, literally kicking myself. Like, so mad at myself. And I never wanted to feel that mad at myself again. So I was like, no, discipline. And DJ Pest definitely told me, he's like, look, you're just the Empress. We don't need you to be looking around inebriated. I was like, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Sorry, I'm 25. My bad. I was just got out of college. I understand. I know how to have a drink or a smoke or whatever without it getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Not gonna hear crazy stories about me doing it. Like I have fun. I like to create a vibe and safe spaces for people. So I'm never gonna be too much for like not aware.
100%.
I've been there before. I've done all that.
Same here.
Nobody would ever know.
Yeah.
I have some deep. So you know what I'm saying? My friends know.
I mean, I'm gonna just say this: the security, the security cameras on Drinkwater knows about me. I'm gonna say that much.
Yeah. And even out here, when I first moved out here, I used to turn up because I used to go ASU campus, full parties. I'd be out here like, I had friends out here, so I know. But it got to a certain point, I'm 31 now. A lot of people don't even know that. They're like, you're 31. Wow. I'm like, yeah, like because I had to slow down a little bit.
Black don't crack.
Yeah, so I had to have some discipline. I had to just start doing things a little bit differently. But yeah, it's hard. It's a vice, but I also want to show people that. That doesn't have to be what your music's all about. Yeah. That doesn't have to be what everything. That doesn't what you have to portray all the time. No. You can still do it.
Yeah.
Because the first song I ever made, I'm smoking a blunt. Yeah, but I don't think any other songs after that I've been. Maybe one other I was smoking. Like other than that, probably not. I don't really try to throw it in people's face. I do it on my own time. Like So definitely discipline.
I like the fact that you don't use the vices. You're giving your raw self, and you don't have to. Okay, cool. I smoke weed, but I don't need to use that to lull you into being a fan. Now, even if I make a song about it, it's genuinely because I like smoking weed.
The first song, literally, I'm like, because I'm always high. You probably wonder why. I don't have to explain shit. Why you up in mine? Read between the lines. I'm going to live my life. I do what I want to do. That's how I survive. I feel like I just laid it. That was the point. I do what I want. Yeah. And I ain't have to like press it. I smoke. I ain't have to push it in everybody's face anymore.
I've been talking to artists lately, and one thing that we see as a superpower for artists that, like I don't really necessarily have this superpower myself, and I was talking to another artist who doesn't, but is that memory factor.
Oh,
and remembering the lyrics. Easy for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy for you.
I had to remember so much music playing my saxophone.
Yeah?
Oh, my God. I can remember. I have to learn it right then and there. I have to learn it right then and there.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I recently been working with this artist, producer, engineer, super guy. He's great. I actually have a song coming out with him. It's called "Loving on You," featuring Davis Chris. Okay.
I was seeing the advertisements for it online.
It's hot. Okay, it's hot. If you tune in to DJ Pest, he might sneak preview it. You're gonna like it.
I'm waiting.
You're gonna like it. So
we're on standby.
He's like, we'll make the song, and then I have to shoot a video for it. Yeah, he'll like, we need some content right now. Like, there's no point of you coming back doing it. Like, learn it. You wrote it. So we'll sit there for a few minutes. I got to sit there and learn it. Then he shoots a video, and he's like, all right, let's get it. And I've gotten so much better at it. Like, I literally I have photographic memory. So I can just look, and I can see it. I can literally see it.
And like, do you believe that has helped you in your artistry while others are still writing, figuring it out, trying to remember
their lyrics? Yeah, like there's times where I'll forget my lyrics only because I'm so deep in the moment. Yeah, that's the only time I forget. Not that I'm just like, forgot the lyrics. I know every lyric, every one of my songs. Like,
wow, that's so awesome.
So
let me just say that's awesome. I don't have that, you guys. So when I'm on stage, that's a lot of struggle and time commitment. All of them.
But I practice. Listen, I do practice.
Oh, nice.
Ask one of your questions for your next interview, any other artist. Ask them how often they listen to their own music, and watch them tell you that they don't barely listen to their own music, and then wonder why when they get on stage they forget the word. You have to listen to your music every day. I listen to the same stuff all the time, but I'll turn on some of this, but I'm listening to myself, and then it's a constant reminder, like, why I'm even doing this every time. I'm like, dang, I said that. I did say that, so and now I'm doing it. Or you know what I'm saying? Ask artists if they listen to themselves, and then if they say they don't, encourage them too, because it's like ridiculous if you're not.
Yeah, you should be your biggest fan, and that's like so. That's how I can learn my lyrics is when I really kind of fan out over my songs, and I practice a lot, but like I gotta like vibe with it as if it's like kind of like not my song.
Yeah,
and then I can get those lyrics like, but it is kind of tough for me in that sense. And listening to my music daily is something I do more now because it's like, well, when this is all I do now.
Yeah.
But it's something that I wasn't doing because it's like you're just like, I made it. Of course, I like it. It's dope, and I may listen to it when I first make it, but not the 1,000th time. No. But staying with that, staying with the message you're putting out, being comfortable with that. It almost reminds me of the saying of people who get bored or uncomfortable with themselves.
Correct.
You know,
I don't use
get
that
comfortable
word.
with yourself. Get comfortable with your music.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I need to do more.
Correct. And I'm glad. No, for real. I'm glad you're being honest with yourself about that, because like I literally am so comfortable. Like,
Wow.
I know all my song. I can hear one little zzz, and I'm like, yeah, that's that song. Like people are like, how did you know that? I'm like, I just like I know my music. I know it down to the beat to the, you know. So
have you connected with the other artists that are like that same way? Like, have you seen many there?
There's some that I feel like have that same passion. There's some for sure. And I always, when they're in my presence, I definitely encourage them. And they're in my car, I'm like, Empress Radio. And I'm like, and I'll, you know, because that's what we're going to listen to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of songs you probably haven't even heard. So Empress Radio, don't be ashamed to like play your songs. Like, you know,
that's so awesome.
Don't be ashamed to play them.
Yeah.
And then half the time I'll play it, won't even tell anybody it's me. They're like, I like that song. I'm like, raw reaction. Thank you. Like, you know, like a lot of people are kind of nervous about that. Tell people be confident, like in your work. If you just say you're confident, a lot of times you just are going to be confident, and like you never know what you're going to do after that. You might ask for something that you never thought you were going to ask for, and boom, now you got it. Or you might just run into this because you're more confident now to go to SongLab. Because SongLab could be intimidating. You know what I'm saying? You have all these dope artists you put on here. That could be intimidating, knowing that they possibly could be on a record with them. So it's like you have to be confident.
That's
you really do. So that helps.
And confidence comes from repetition. So listen to your shit.
Confidence is key.
It's
I got
key.
it tatted on me.
There you go.
Key.
Right where they was tapping me for plasma.
Look,
you know what I mean?
It's like, you got the juicy bang.
Yeah,
that's what they tell me.
know?
They're like, great.
Come and get it. And pay me after. But for real.
Getting to know your music is like a big thing for me. And a lot of people might think, hey, she's a little conceited. But it ain't even like that. I really need to practice.
Mm-hmm.
You guys say I put on a good show. I do so good vocally.
Wow.
It's because I'm in my car singing every single day. All of my songs.
It's part of the responsibility of being a true artist.
It's very much responsibility. Plus, just making sure that this is the song that, you know, like for me, I'd be like, this is the song that I want people to know hear this about. I want them to hear this part. I want it to say.
So, I mean, speaking of that, do you feel, now that you've created a fan base, now that you have a body of work, do you feel a responsibility to either that body of work or your fan base, or do you still feel freedom to say, well, I think I want to pivot and do just this totally different type of work? Like, how do you feel with that?
Got you. Yeah, you're right. So, like, my first part of my music was more like this, and now my latter half is like this.
Yeah.
Was kind of like teetering, you know, because I'm like sending my mom my music, and she's like, oh, I like this, and she was excited about it, but she knows like what can be like marketable like for everyone. Like, so my beginning music is more like,
she has a finger to the pulse.
Yes, it's everything. Awesome. Like, you know, my first music was literally like it's for the masses. Like, you can, I think all my music is radio, play ready, all of that. Like, I really do. Like, it's mainstream. I want it to be mainstream, but it just has a different sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a different sound.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like I didn't want to change too much. Like, you know, like I'm me. Yeah. I changed because I'm growing. You know, I grew into a woman. I explored my body more. Like, and for people that know me in the beginning, I'm a nutrition major. So I've always been fit, wanting to show off my body. My parents always be comfortable being you and you. Like, you know, they didn't want me to like feel like I had to be someone else. So when people look at my thing like, oh, she posts provocative stuff. Oh, listen, I've always been health conscious, body conscious, body positive. Like, this is what you see, what you get. So I didn't want to change my identity.
I was about to say, that is the makings of true body positive imaging in your mind. Like, that's what that sounds like to me. Like, so continue. Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to have to change my identity because, like, oh, this is what rapper girls do. They just show their little body. Like, no, I've always been like this before I even started rapping. Sorry, like, I wanted to show off. And people ask me how I lose weight. Guess what? I help them lose weight, help them live a healthier life. So let me do me, you know. But the rapping came along. It just helped. It helped, you know, having an image, having sex appeal, having that. But I feel like a lot of my songs now is more sex appeal. You know, I just snuck some in there with like different artists. Yeah. And then some are just like, you know, message, raw vocals, like.
But you can swing back and forth, right? I do both. For what I hear, I know you can.
I do both. Yeah.
At the same time, like, say, do you feel that, like, though you're bottled into either, you know, rap or hip hop or into any certain type of music, or do you even feel like, oh, I want to make this that's different, but I don't know if my fans are gonna appreciate that, or how are you feeling?
Not at all, because I have so many different types of fans.
Wow.
Like, I have so many different types of friends, so many types of people that I've met. Just like, it's so diverse. So I feel like my music, there's a song for like every little yeah. There's a song for all of everybody. There is a song for every single person in this world in my catalog. At least one. Promise you that. There's gonna be at least like one something. You're gonna like yeah, and like yeah, and that's gonna be one of your favorite songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, that's how I feel like I can do the music. Like, the new song I'm dropping, it's like a cover remake from Frank Ocean's "Thinking About You." I'll give you some insight on it. Okay. He's like, let's flip a song. You never done that before. I was like, right. I usually just do original beats and I'll add a little rhythm or something familiar in it. But I never really like took like the hook vibe out and did it myself. When I tell you this is some good music and I didn't even curse in it, but I'm being, you know, I'm grown. It's a grown woman song, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't curse, and like, it's like, it's marketable and it's relatable and it's familiar. And the people that have ear for music, they're going to be like, oh, that's that. You know what I'm saying? So
stay on the lookout, y'all.
I don't feel like I have to change too much, and I don't feel bad anymore because I did some deep thinking about it. I really did. It was like really confusing for a little bit, and then I was just like, nah.
Got you.
This is how far I got being me. Like, I'm just gonna keep doing this.
But that's beautiful. That's like to find that, to have that in yourself. I know that I feel like that's what's gonna definitely carry you on to new heights, and where you know, where I see, or I can project. I project it upward.
And it's crazy. Like, people tell me where they see me, what dreams they've had about me. You had this. You on the resort. You were performing in front of thousands, and they were all singing "Bitch Don't Play With Me." And I seen this person, like, they were. I literally get texts like this all the time.
Wow, that's
and I just be like, you guys are crazy. Like, but those are the people I know that really believe in me, because they're like dreaming about it. Like, they're manifesting it for me, and they like know that I deserve it, because I really have been putting in work, and I've only been putting out amazing, good energy, the best energy I can pull out of this body. That's all I've been trying to put out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else. And it's very consistent. It's very like I'm creating this invisible, like, I don't even know how to tell you. It's just this thing that's there.
You're creating a base.
Yes, and
that
it's like
reality has to just contend with, and just ultimately
in the most positive way.
Into,
you know, you have, like, you're gonna be pulled in some way. Like,
that's
something.
Awesome.
Yeah, so like that, like, that's the beauty of it all. Like, being able to, like, for people to envision that for me too. Like, and I was like, I just need to dream bigger and bigger every day, bigger and bigger every day.
Later on,
because then the other stuff was like, oh, you did that. Yeah, you did that. You did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%. I know exactly what you mean.
So
I'm excited for you. In fact, let people get in on this excitement. Tell them how they can find you again in your music. Tell them everywhere. If you're on Spotify, everywhere, give them everything.
Okay.
TikTok, all of it.
TikTok, Just The Empress 518. That's my TikTok. Spotify, Just The Empress. Apple. There's Scribe streaming app. There's a black-owned business out here in Arizona. Yes. And Scribe streaming is where we encourage, like, artists to upload their music there for free. And you set how much money that you want to make. Like, so pretty much you take your fans, hey, I'm only going to release all my music here.
Tap us in with them.
Yeah, you should tap in with them.
Tap us in with them.
All right, black owned.
And then so we can let people know.
And I put them on my banner too. Like, I'm putting them like next to Tidal, Spotify. Like, I'm promoting them. They rock with Just The Empress. So Scribe streaming. Correct. Find me there. So basically, you just go on Just The Empress and you purchase my catalog. You don't have to pay for the app. You just pay for the music you want to hear. Isn't that cool?
That's dope.
Correct. Okay. Podcast too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tap us in with them.
They're really cool people. Christian. I have to give you all the information.
Yeah, please do.
So justtheempress.com. I'm actually working on my website. I heard you say you was a web developer. So if you want to look at what I got,
we can definitely talk.
You want to see what I've been putting together, and you want to help me make it look better. Justtheempress.com is up. Got my domain
all
back.
About collaboration.
Yeah, and I got my domain back after like a year of losing it. I don't know how that happened.
Did somebody steal it from me?
I don't know. Like, I think I had it and couldn't get a hold of it, so it like went away. But nobody went back and got it. I was able to buy it again. And Just The Empress everywhere that you can think of. She's gonna pop up.
Just the.
No, the.
The.
So let me tell you why it's the.
The. Well, no, I mean, I did.
You know why it's
I did THA at first myself. I was gonna say.
Oh, like
yeah, I've done that before. That's not correct, guys. It's THE Empress with the E.
You know why it's the though?
Yeah.
Like pronounce it the and not spelled like that. So I learned back in grammar school.
Because I'm terrible at grammar.
I'll tell you why. And then from moving forward, you'll know the proper way to say it when you say the and the. Okay. So you say the THE whenever the following word begins with the vowel. It begins with the vowel. When you say the,
it's like putting the N on, like instead of an important thing, or instead of a important thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a vowel. And so like Megan Thee Stallion. See how it's a the? She wrote it out the because it's an S. Yeah, it's not. So people wouldn't pronounce it like that if they had proper grammar. And she's in college. I'm pretty sure she put some thought behind that. She did.
It's just
give her props. The Empress. Yes, and that's why. Correct. And but it's Megan Thee Stallion. She made it like that.
Oh, she put made it.
Yeah,
like
she has E's. She put the.
Oh, she put two E's, and then it makes you say the name of the.
Correct, intentionally. Okay, so it makes sense because she knew that it would be pronounced the.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she knew it would be pronounced the. So she put it proper. And like for instance, my school, the Ohio State University, right? People are like, why are they trying to think they cool being the? Actually, is a vowel, and it's pronounced the if it's a vowel. Like, look it up.
And if you a songwriter,
don't play with me.
No, you shit.
So we tried to trademark that. I don't know. Ohio State was being extra because people like to make fun of us. So we actually tried to trademark the word the.
Nice.
Didn't work, but you know it was worth a shot. We come there and we got attention drawn on us for that, but that's a proper way to say just the Empress.
Correct me so I can say your name right. I be getting mad at people when it was like Earl.Alex or Earl underscore that. It's Earl Alex. You could just, it's just Earl Alex. You could just Earl Alex.
The dot's there for separate. Like,
no, come on. Earl Alex.
Hey, Earl.Alex.
Earl Alex.
I'm done.
Good Lord. But thank you very much for enlightening us. Thank you for coming here to SongLab, giving us more of that good energy that you bring. Honestly, we are blessed by your presence and the fact that you can impart such knowledge as you did in this podcast to artists that love to kind of be close to your situation. Trust me, is amazing. And we're going to need to bring you back when we do our educational portions too. Of course. So we're trying to do these SongLabs where we're bringing in education, talking about the business and all that.
I can help with that. I learned a lot in Atlanta. So so
we need you for that. So let me just go ahead and being at this Arizona SongLab, let me get your opinion on how this one is going and everything here. And let me get you to shout out SongLab real quick.
Yes, Arizona SongLab is going great today. I met a lot of great artists, some of my old artist friends that came out. We creating vibes, we creating hits already. I feel it. So shout out SongLab, shout out Fleek Sauce, shout out Alex, shout out AZ Friday. Got my guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Oh, well.
You're now entering Wonderland. It's just the Empress.
with the beats, you know they come to play.
In Wonderland, ayy. I'm just rapping rubber bands, ayy. It just started making sense, ayy. I started following God's plan, ayy. I just needed a new groove. Ooh. Watch me flip it, watch me move. I'm like Stella now, yeah, I'm the living proof. Yeah, we get it poppin', yeah, we get it gone. Ayy. You know I rip that shit when I'm on stage.
There it is, Just The Empress.
I know I'm about to blow cause I'm getting paid. New groupies hit my phone like every day. They see that I am in control and I can pay the way. Yeah, they wanna box me in, yeah, they in the way. I'ma stand out cause I'm different than them anyway. I'ma get the bag, yeah, I'm in the winning. I know that I've been sad, but I'm dealing with it. Hey, you know how I do it when I do it. Let's go get it poppin', let's get it going. You know how I do it when I do it. Let's go get it poppin', let's get it going. Let's get it poppin', get it going. Hey, let's get it poppin', get it going. Yeah, let's get it poppin', get it going. I'm in my bag and you know it cause it's showing. You're gonna love it here, my shit is top tier. Ain't no ops here, ain't no bops here. This is
a safe place. I made it my safe space. Calculated on my wrist, you know I ain't gon' play it safe. I been a rich nigga, won't sell my soul, no, I won't go that way. I don't need no pity, don't send no shade, that shit you say cliche. Yeah, I might fall down, I get back up, it must not have been my day. Cause in Wonderland, we recreate the sweetest cake. Build it up brick by brick with everything that's thrown my way. I'm on that different shit, not coming to the earth today. I'ma fuck the coast and eat some food that you can't even say. It's drinks on me, we getting lit from night into the day. So what you wanna do? Hey, don't come with the drama, I be moving smooth. Yeah, I be smoking and chilling, no, I keep it cool. Yeah, attracting the baddest baddies, you know they coming through. I'm from Ohio, 330 HIO. Know my roots. I'm in Wonderland. Wonderland, Wonderland. In Wonderland, ayy, I'm just rapping rubber bands, ayy. It just started making sense, ayy. I started following God's plan, ayy. I just needed a new groove, ooh. Watch me flip it, watch me move. I'm like selling now, yeah, I'm the living proof. Yeah, we get it poppin', yeah, we get it gone, ayy. You know I rip that shit when I'm on stage. How I know I'm about to blow, cause I'm getting paid. New groupies hit my phone like every day. They see that I am in control and I can pay the way. Yeah, they wanna box me in, yeah, they in the way. I'ma stand out cause I'm different than them anyway. I'ma get the bag, yeah, I'm in the winning. I know that I've been sad, but I'm dealing with it. Hey, you know how I do it when I do it. Let's go get it poppin', let's get it going. You know how I do it when I do it. Let's go get it poppin', let's get it going. Let's get it poppin', get it going. Hey, let's get it poppin', get it going. Yeah, let's get it poppin', get it going. I'm in my bag and you know it cause it's showing.